Oi, Mitty, come and get me, bro. Yeah, you want some of this? Yeah.
Welcome to Surviving the Apocalypse, the Nerd's Way. The Halloween special.
Hello and welcome to Surviving the Apocalypse, the Nerd's Way. And Adam, this is a very special edition because...
Oh, it is my favourite time of year. It's
Christmas!
Halloween.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Oh, Halloween. It's so gorgeous and fantastic. I love it. It's the best season of the year. And there's reasons for that, but we'll get into that later on, I guess. But what I have noticed, John, is when looking back at our glorious little podcast here...
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
A little. I'm tempted to throw myself over here. Now, when I read the description for episode 7, which was just released, there's little snarky comments and little passive-aggressive things that you're putting into this podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's frustrating, because all you have to do is say this to me now, and, you know, there's a 20% chance I'm going to launch myself across this table and strangle you.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, because I should also point out that Adam is on the side that the door to this room is in, so
it's to block
there's
escape.
literally... Yeah, there's no escape for me.
There's a window.
So I don't think I've added that many snarky comments. Let's see.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Okay, so we have to load up the episode descriptions. I think for the most part I've been pretty good, but sometimes, you know, like, you're just quite domineering on this podcast. Oh, okay, he's getting his phone out.
Oh, no,
I'm in trouble. I've got to go,
read.
Adam. I've got to go.
No. You try and run for the door and
you're
tackling
quite domineering, right?
Sorry,
And
stop
so
talking immediately.
Oh, come on. If I want to get a word in edgewise, it's easier to do it via text.
Yes, but if you do get a word in edgewise, you're just going to confuse our listeners.
Yeah, that's true. Last episode, Adam gave me the floor for a whole segment about why reality isn't real, and if you listen to it, you were probably just confused the whole time and went, if this was a simulation, they wouldn't have simulated someone so stupid. So, yes, we've learned that while Adam does talk for 90% of the episode, it's probably better that way, let's be honest.
Well, not necessarily. Most people hate and loathe me, which I feed off, so it only makes me more powerful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fun times. But, I mean, let's have a look. The customer service, which is episode 7. And John and Adam talk about how to bring about world peace, Stranger Things, Thor Ragnarok, Dungeons and Dragons, and why our world isn't real. Now, that seems pretty good, doesn't it? I'd say that's fine.
I think I'm fine. All right. Moving on. Next topic.
No, let's... maybe. I think there's other things as well, but we'll leave
that's
that
the end.
No, is it? Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to confess to anything?
All right. Okay, so I put in the Wikipedia links for the simulation hypothesis, and I put in the one for the I think, therefore I am, which apparently Adam claimed. Okay, so Adam claimed that... I was wrong in saying that the full version was I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am. And I looked it up on the Wikipedia page. Everyone knows it's true.
Do they now?
Because it's Wikipedia. So I think, therefore I am. And I said that it was I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am. And you said, no, it's not. Turns out the fuller form, penned by Antoine Lignardo Thomas... I messed that up.
Just a bit.
Aptly captures his original intent, which is dubito ergo cogito ergo sum. I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am.
Yeah, but
I was
there's
right,
a reason
and you were wrong.
There's a reason Latin is a dead language, okay? So anything written in Latin is dead. That includes Italian.
So really, I shouldn't... You can't say that. I didn't even realise until after. Okay, slow burner on that one. But yes, technically you were right. The original never had I doubt, but I was right in that there is a full form of it that someone else wrote to kind of explain the meaning.
Yes, well, that is fine.
I put
so
it...
technically, we're both right.
We're both right.
Yeah,
we're both
shake
hands.
hands. Very good. Very
But, I was expecting you to like crush my... Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Oh, no, not yet. There will be punishment for that later on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
I'm in trouble, guys.
There is
Send
a
help.
consequence.
If you're listening to this, I'm possibly dead.
Potentially. This is people listening to this in the future. And, I mean, you take 12 weeks to edit these things.
Yeah, so... well, then we know when to edit it and upload it if I'm dead. No one will ever save me.
That's true. That's true.
So if you're listening to this, I'm either alive or Adam's alert how to edit.
Yeah, which probably isn't going to happen, let's face it. You're the editing man. I'm just here to look good and sound smooth.
We're audio format, so looking good is... all right.
Yeah,
anyway,
well, I mean, we did live stream once. I mean, I'm sure I looked somewhat passable as a human being instead of, a clump of shadow stuff.
Just about.
Just about. Halloween. My favourite time of year. Here
we are as in olden days of the golden days of your... Sorry.
Maybe that should
Have you
go at
ever
the front of the
listened to the full version of that Christmas Carol? Hang on, let me load it up because it's really. I'll let you get back to it because you normally interrupt me.
No,
segment.
go for it.
Okay.
No, go for it.
Okay, so I'm just going to load up the song. Okay, so it's the most wonderful time of the year, right? Are you ready for this?
Go
hang on.
for it.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Lyrics.
Have
you ever heard the lyrics of this song? Because
time of the year.
They're... wait, hang on. Where is it? Maybe I'm imagining this. Maybe I heard a different version. Okay. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. Have you ever heard that? They just slip it in. And it's such a happy song that you don't notice. But it goes into, minor key there. There'll be scary. And it, goes, into the minor key. I'm just like... I've never noticed that before. But it's actually... a scary song.
Subliminal messaging.
Anyway, I'll let you go back to the real most wonderful time of the year for you, which is...
Halloween. Now, I'm not going to go into the full history of Halloween. I mean, it goes by many different names. Western culture adopted it. I mean, Samhain is its original Jamaic ancestry, if you will.
Oh, wow.
It's fantastic. It was a festival marking the end of the harvest season, bringing on the darker half of the year and everything like that. It's fantastic. I just love it. I mean... Nowadays, obviously, I like modern-day Halloween, right? And I'm not talking about so much the commercial aspect of stuff. I mean, sure, that's going to happen regardless. But for one night a year, it is where fear is embraced. Fear is made fun of. It's hilarious. I mean, what is it? There's a show called Reaper. I think I've spoken about it briefly before. And it's got the devil in it, and he's... all sad and mopey because Halloween is the one night of the year that no one is afraid of him. And I just find that, on Halloween, evil doesn't have as much purchase or influence because people are prepared for it. So I just like Halloween. It's creepy, it's scary, you've got people walking around streets dressed as ghouls and ghosts and sexy vampires, I guess. Oh, yeah. But,
oh, dear.
I mean, it's not celebrated so much in Australia because... we are, somewhat inclusive. We don't like change, and it is viewed as an American holiday, even though it has its roots deep in Germany as an old festival. But, yes, Halloween, it's fantastic. Embrace your fear, people. This will probably not be out in time for Halloween, but nonetheless, it will be fantastic. So, Halloween, celebrate it.
The Midnight Game. Now, you told me about it. Okay. So, let me tell you a story. After the recording of episode 7, Adam started telling me a story about this game, and I mean, I wasn't that scary, but he was going into more detail and telling me more and more about it. But then, just as he was reaching the end of his story, the door burst open.
That's right, yeah.
And my wife walked in. I was absolutely terrified. I jumped. And
he did. He jumped about like 3 feet back. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
And so my wife no longer thinks that I'm brave or manly at all, really. So
That's all
thanks
right.
for that, Adam.
Well, I think we should tell our listeners a funny little story.
Are we going to tell them the game? Or no, let's just go with the story.
Let's go with the story
one cares
first, and we'll
about
go with the game.
Yeah.
Stop the game. Okay, so this was a favourite pastime of mine is literally just driving around and listening to music. And sometimes I'll take a companion with me. And one of those times was John. We're driving around, we're chatting and everything like that. And we're driving around this beach area, and we drive up to this fence, and I get out because I've got a four-wheel drive. I get out and think, I'm going to see if that fence is closed.
But there was also like a red light in the distance.
No, that's what I said. Did you see those
there
red
never
eyes?
was.
No. See, as soon as I pulled up to this, I knew that gate was locked, but I thought, now's the time to mess with John a little, because I'm a horrible human being.
This is, if anyone's wondering, this is not a rare occurrence. This is pretty much every time we hang out, Adam tries to terrify me. Even today, he hid behind a sofa, but now I've finally learned to look. Yeah, to look.
Well, in this case, he took his eyes off me, and I think you've mentioned before, don't take your eyes off me for a second, because I'll disappear and scare you.
Yes.
So, I get out of the car to go towards this fence under the guise of checking to see if it's locked. And this is beforehand by setting the stage, saying, John, did you see that? There was like 2 red eyes or something in the distance. And John's like, oh, here's this little noise that he makes. And we then... then we pull up and I park and get out. And I walk over and fiddle with the fence for a bit. And then as I'm walking back, I notice that he's not looking at me. He's looking down at his phone, or he's looking down at his lap or something. I'm not too sure. But I see my opportunity and I strike. So I quickly drop myself to the ground and scurry to the side of the car. Now, this is in the middle of the night. It is black outside. It is pitch dark.
Can I explain this from my perspective? Because I was like, all right, Adam's there. I know he's going to try and scare me. But as long as I keep looking at him, I literally feel like I look down, look up, he's gone. And I'm like, at that moment, I'm already lock the doors to the car, and I'm like,
as he's making these noises, I'm literally by his door, because the best thing about fear isn't the jump scare, it's the anticipation.
Yeah.
The person knows that they're screwed one way or the other, so it's literally just a waiting game, letting that anxiety and fear build and build until it's this wonderful crescendo. And so I'm waiting and just bathing in all these sounds of terror and fear coming out from him. And as it's reaching its peak, that's when... I can't even remember how I did it. Did I jump up and scare you? Or did I just knock on the window? Or did I make some type of unearthly, ghastly noise?
Yeah, it was a strange sound combined with rapping on the sides of the window.
There you go. Yeah. And
let's just say... Adam had to get the car reupholstered after that.
But you've said before, to me anyways, but that is the most scared you have ever been.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. After seeing, if any of our previous listeners have heard before, we went and reviewed the film It. And it was fantastic. We went and saw it. If you listen to our previous episode to get the review and everything, but we're outside and John's by the bin, and I do this clown scream and charge at him.
Oh yeah, because I just was throwing out the pictures that my wife left round to terrify us of clowns, and I was like, all right, I'm going to throw these out. And you just said to me, what if... No, I said this. This was me. Yeah. I said, what if I tear them up, throw them in the bin, and then I come out to the bin one day, open it up, and they've reassembled and they're just staring back at me. And then I was describing that to you. I turned away, and then you just started charging at me,
and screaming.
I think that that was about the same.
You jumped,
I reckon that's equal most scared
you
I've ever
literally
been.
screamed. It was so entertaining, I must admit. So, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, so the midnight game.
Should we do another transition now? Because we've got to move back into another segment.
So good. Yeah.
This was
Story
all going
time.
back to the midnight game. All right, explain this to the audience.
Okay, so this caught my interest. I like going onto YouTube and looking at scary things, essentially, like ghost caught on camera and all that silly stuff. And there was one that caught my interest called The Midnight Game. And I was like, ooh, what, pray tell, is this? So I watched the episode, and I'm fairly certain that it was faked, but it was still fascinating to watch. But then I decided to do a bit of research into it, and it does have certain similarities towards old pagan rituals.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. And it was done for those who broke laws and broke the sacraments and what have you of pagan theologies. And it can cause, like, permanent... And that wasn't me this time. Suck eggs. John just dropped his microphone.
God. Okay, so it has certain similarities to pagan rituals.
Yeah. It is, first off, as a disclaimer, this podcast does not recommend you play the Midnight Game. In fact, let's do a proper advertisement. If you could put a sound effect right here, John. We here at Surviving the Apocalypse, the Nerds Way, are in no way responsible for any mental scarring, disembowelment, eye gouging, physical scarring, burning, self-immolation, and...
Or boredom at the fact that it didn't work.
Or boredom at the fact that it didn't work in any way associated with the Midnight Game. Thank you for listening. Back to the real podcast. Anyway, so the Midnight Game, as I said, has its roots in old pagan times, and it requires that it has to be started at 12 a.m. Now, the whole purpose of this...
Oh, man, I can't stay up that late. I've got work tomorrow.
No, that's fine. We're not doing it tonight. Maybe some other time, though. So 12 a.m. It is a game that is played from 12 a.m. to, I think it's 3:33, if I recall correctly. Anyway... sorry, having a mental blank at the moment. So the purpose of the game is you invite this entity called the Midnight Man into your house, and this is obviously a punishment for those who are, being fools. So what is required? So once again, it starts at exactly 12 o'clock. You will need a candle, and I recommend a large candle in like a jug, so that way it doesn't get blown out. A candle, a piece of paper, a writing implement, matches or a lighter, salt, and we'll get into that later on.
Okay.
A wooden door, so just like your basic entry to a room.
A door?
No, like a doorway. You need a doorway.
Oh, right, okay. I was like imagining you had to like unattach it and like carry it around.
No, just a door, and at least one drop of your own blood.
I've got plenty of that.
Yeah, of course. I can help you get rid of some of it if you like.
No thanks.
Okay.
I'm good.
If you're playing with other people, which if you are playing, you should play with others, they will need their own materials and blood. So, what you need to do is you write your full name, first, middle, and last, on a piece of paper, and put a piece of blood onto that paper. And allow it to soak, obviously, into that material. Turn off all the lights in the house.
Oh, no.
All the lights. Go to your wooden door, place the paper with your name on it in front of the door. Now take your candle out, light it, and place it on top of the paper. Knock on the door 22 times, exactly. No more, no less.
The doorway or the door?
The door.
The door.
That's what I believe. The final knock must be at exactly 12 o'clock.
Oh, man, you've got to time it right.
Oh, yeah. Then open the door, blow out the candle, then close the door. You have just allowed the Midnight Man into your home.
Well, who would do this? Why?
Thrill seekers, fools. So immediately you must relight your candle. That is your only source of light for the entire night, essentially.
3 hours.
3.5 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where the game begins, all right? You must now lurk around your now completely dark home. And with the, obviously, candle in hand. Your goal is to avoid the Midnight Man at all costs until 3:33 a.m. Should your candle ever go out, that means the Midnight Man is near.
What?
Oh, yes. You must relight your candle within the next 10 seconds.
Man, I would absolutely flip out if my candle went out.
Oh, yes.
I've been following you for this whole game, but then I also...
I'd blow out your candle and steal the lighter.
Oh.
If you are not successful in doing this within the allotted time period, You must then immediately surround yourself with a circle of salt, an unbroken line of salt, I'd like to point out.
If you're in the dark because your candle hasn't...
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's why you should never play by yourself.
Yeah.
If you're unsuccessful in both your action, the Midnight Man will create hallucinations of your greatest fears and potentially rip out your organs one by one.
Does it actually say that?
Yeah. You will feel it, but you'll be unable to react because you'll be paralyzed with fear.
Oh, gosh.
If you are successful in creating the Ring of Salt, you must remain there until 3:33. Now, salt has connotations with purity and warding off evil.
Yeah, I've heard it. You do a circle. Mm-hmm. See, I feel like that's scary. Like having to sit... having to sit in a circle for the whole game.
And not just that. So let's say... Sorry, I'm bumping the table. Also, little tangent here. Sound effect. Every time... I've created a new thing. Every time I bump the table, you get to hit me with a bamboo cane.
All right, okay.
Right. Anyway, so if this entity, if it exists and it's all fun and everything, if it truly is evil, it would want to goad you out of that circle of protection. Or increase its fear.
Like, what if it's someone else comes and is like, John, like, the game's over, and it's not really?
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Yes, I like it.
And then you leave the circle, dead.
Yeah, organs out, one by one. But yeah...
See, these things... Because it's weird, because obviously we know it's not true, blah, blah, blah.
Or is it?
I guess, yeah, right. But, like, when you're playing it, the part of your brain would just go, oh, is it? Like, is it?
Exactly. And because... This is the nature of the game, right? Like, it's fear, but this game is intentionally set up with these type of materials to create that type of illusion. So you have a candle, and in complete darkness, walking around your home. If that candle, whilst moving, is going to be flickering, which will then in turn make the shadows move, which will then in turn create the illusion of something perhaps lurking within those shadows.
Yeah.
So,
and it's good because, like, all the materials are easily accessible in the house, right?
Exactly.
Anyone can play it.
So, if you're successful in relighting your candle within 10 seconds, you must continue... Like, you've got to continually move throughout this game. So you're constantly moving for 3.5 hours, right? No gym for you the next day.
Yeah.
So you do that until 3:33 without being attacked by the Midnight Man or trapped inside the Circle of Salt to win the Midnight game. The Midnight Man will leave your house at 3:33 and you'll be safe to proceed with your morning. However, failing to win the game, if you sit inside your Circle of Salt... There's no guarantee that the Midnight Man will leave. He may indeed just hang about until tomorrow night. The only way to get rid of the Midnight Man is to win the game. Survive until 3:33.
Oh, so you have to do it again the next night?
Potentially. So,
and that's why you should never play by yourself, because then someone else can make him leave.
Potentially, yes. So, indications... that you are near the Midnight Man will include a sudden drop of a sudden drop in temperature, seeing pure black, seeing a humanoid figure through the darkness, and hearing very soft whispering coming from an indiscernible source.
Oh, gosh.
If you experience any of these, it is advised that you leave the area to avoid the Midnight Man. So, obviously, there's roots of Slender Man in here a little bit when you think about it.
The humanoid.
So, rules. Do not turn on any of the lights during the midnight game. Do not use a flashlight during the midnight game.
What happens if you do?
You lose the game.
Okay.
Do not go to sleep during the midnight game.
I don't think I could.
Do not attempt to use another person's blood on your name.
Oh.
Do not use a lighter as a substitute for a candle.
Oh, wait, so
if
you
your
can't
candle
use
goes
it.
out. No. So, like, if your candle goes out, you can't go, oh, it's okay, I'll just use the lighter.
Yeah.
That candle's the binding influence. That wasn't the microphone, that was the iPad.
Right.
What was it? And definitely do not attempt to provoke the Midnight Man in any way.
Okay,
Such as saying, oi, Middy, come and get me, bro. Yeah, you want some of this? Yeah, I'll take you on.
Adam, what if we... Oh, wait, he's not here.
Unless maybe I did it while you're... Except it's not 12 o'clock, so that doesn't work at all.
Thank goodness for the extremely specific rules.
So, even when... Apparently, I've just read this, even when the game is over, he will always be watching you. Good luck,
Creepy.
You're going to need it. So yeah, there's stories about this like all over Reddit, and, Tumblr or whatever, and it's so entertaining. I love reading about it because people have like, according to them, obviously it could be fantasized, it could be just completely made up, but it could be, what if this is real? They've got these awesome stories. It's fantastic.
Tell us, so the video that you saw, what happened to them? Tell us the story of how theirs went.
So check it out. His name, I think, is like Sam Golbich or something like that. And the reason why I think it's fake, they do some really dodgy stuff. Like, they went to this place called Suicide Bridge, right, where all these... this is over in America, where a lot of people jump to their deaths. Very sad. But they go to this bridge, and they spend the night underneath it, and they use a Ouija board, which in itself, I don't recommend using a Ouija board in the slightest, but they use a Ouija board, and one of them has accidentally cut himself, allegedly. And in doing so, he, puts his blood on the Ouija board, and then all this stuff happens. And once again, like I said, pretty fake. However, in the Midnight Game, this is what got my attention. It was just, fun. Like, it has that atmosphere, that intensity, you know? It's, like, kind of the first Paranormal Activity, where you don't really... Nothing's really happening, but it just has that draw. It has that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
So one of them is seeing, like, red lights, like, similar to what we had that night.
No.
So he was seeing, like, red lights throughout, like, the windows, like eyes looking in. There was a piano that kept being played, and they kept getting freaked out. So like a keyboard like you've got, and it kept getting turned on, and keys were being played. So they'd freak out, run away, come back, piano was off. So, but that, like, once again, there could just be someone hiding in the house doing that type of stuff. You know? Yeah. This could all be staged. But, I mean, in that environment, it still would be... fantastic to be a part of. Like, it's still, like, as entertainment goes, just watching that is entertaining. Like, it's great. Like I said, I'm fairly certain it's not real, but watching it is so much good. Like, it's good fun. I reckon you should watch it. It's fun. So what happens is...
There's no way I'm ever watching that by myself.
So there's a whole bunch of weird stuff that happens. Like, his picture keeps falling off the wall, and... Because, obviously, this is Midnight Challenge.
Yeah.
And he's with other people who are playing, and they're constantly walking around the house. The candle keeps getting blown out, and... There's, like, weird sounds and footsteps and banging and all this fun stuff. And eventually... Like, they didn't do it right the first time because one of them turned on a light because they got too scared. And I had to continue going. They had to do it, like, a couple of nights later. So, because everything was going weird in the house.
Okay.
So, yeah, interesting stuff. So, that's the Midnight Game. Don't try it, try it. So, yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Well, let us know how it goes if you do. Record it and we'll put it on the podcast.
Yeah, sure. Hey, that's perfectly fine.
If you survive.
Oh, scary. We have our little run sheet. And once again, John, all I'm seeing here is a couple of arrows, which generally indicates you have something you wish to do to try and make me suffer.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So I'm going to need a little bit of time to prepare this.
Okay, well, we'll just transition.
Yeah. All right, we're back, guys.
My headphones aren't quite sitting right, but that'll do.
Yeah, describe what I've made you do, Adam.
So you said... Put this on, wait in this room, don't do anything else. I mean, I couldn't even talk to you wonderful, wonderful people. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm getting dizzier and dizzier by the moment without literally any sight to aid me. And I can barely, like, obviously because I've got this on very strangely, I can't actually hear much, but that's fine.
Okay.
But yes, go for it.
So, my first question is, are you allergic to anything?
I want to say so many things just so I don't have to put anything in my face.
But you're going to have it. Okay.
I don't.
Cool.
No
All right.
allergies.
So...
Things are moving. Where's my microphone? There it is. Okay.
So, as you may have guessed, this is going to be an eating challenge.
Oh, for the love of... all right, fair enough. Maybe I should put this down. Hold on.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. I'll move the iPad out of the way. Okay, this is a bad idea.
No, it's fantastic.
So just rotate the microphone a bit.
There we go. All right, we're good.
Okay, just leave it there. All right.
Yep.
Ready? Open wide. You have to eat this in one gulp.
Oh, is this...
Or chew it.
Is this disgusting?
Yes.
I smell basil. All right, go on.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm-mm.
And it's just a spoon. Use the whole spoon. Go.
Pepper?
Yeah, well done, actually. Okay, the next one. Ready?
Oh god, that's gonna really... Okay, okay, there's that one?
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god, this is... The pepper's already... Alright.
How are you feeling in this challenge? Do you think it's going to get better or worse?
I think it's probably going to get worse. You've probably got cinnamon here somewhere.
Oh.
Alright.
I should have done that.
Oh, that's fine. That's basil. I mean,
Okay.
you already know I ate that straight off the plane anyways.
Yeah. Okay, the next one.
Alright.
This is going to be the worst one, I reckon.
If this is chili, I'm going to punch you right in the testicles. I'm going to say it's not chili because you handed me the spoon. I've got a pepper kernel, or peppercorn stuck in my tooth. Hold on. Just a moment. Alright. Oh, God. Here we go. Well, okay, I'm already concerned. What is this?
How do you not know what it is?
I haven't chewed. Caramel?
Yeah, it's chocolate.
It was just solid, so I'm just like, oh, something's not right here. Oh, something's not right here.
Okay,
This could be a chance for you to, like, kill me.
this is the last one.
Why couldn't you end on the chocolate, you son of a...
I've got a plate just in case you need to spit it out.
Where's the... Give me the plate. Alright, here we go. Wish me luck, people. I don't know what it is.
Maybe I should... No, it's actually way better than the chocolate. You're fine. I did the worst ones at the start.
Oh, It's sweet,
Really?
somewhat.
What?
It's got like, yeah, it's kind of like sweetish. Like it's got that sweet taste.
Do you have
Not
any
sugary.
idea what you ate?
It's a spice of some sort, like a herb or spice. The name's not coming to me. I know not coriander.
It's tea.
Was that tea?
Yeah, but it was chai tea.
Oh,
And it was chocolate chai.
Of course.
I should have gotten you to suggest ones for this, because the chili and the cinnamon would have been so much better.
All right, can I take this off now?
Yes.
All right, cool. Just a second.
Now imagine if I was wearing like a wolf mask or something at this point. That would be scary.
Oh my words! That was really worrying, eh?
It's not the actual act of eating them. It's the anticipation up to eating it that's the scariest.
Oh, definitely. Now, thank goodness I had some coffee left.
All right, segment over.
Oh, that was great. But just before we end it, payback is going to be horrible.
No, but I was trying to think up a good idea for the podcast, Adam.
Oh yeah, but this is going to be a running thing now, I believe.
All right, okay.
We should make some ground rules as well. It has to be edible. It can't kill either of us.
Yes.
So I can't feed you excrement, dog excrement.
Yeah,
and vice
that's
versa.
no bad. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So just edible things, but challenging things.
Oh gosh. What have I started? Oh no, I regret everything.
Alrighty. So next, oh my goodness, that I think.
Sorry, Adam.
No, that's all right. That's going to leave some interesting aftertastes in my mouth for some time to come, I believe.
I love how you didn't know chocolate. Chocolate took you one of the longest.
Well, no, that's because I didn't chew.
Oh, okay.
Like, as soon as you put it in my mouth, I froze up because I'm just like in my head, I've just imagined you giggling slightly like a piece of cat turd you found in your backyard. Just like, yes, here we go. Eat this, it's only chocolate. And I'm just like, I'm there with this thing in my mouth just going... So, in the end, I bit down and I'm just like, caramel. This must be some really weird cat. Oh, my.
Good point.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, that's going to leave an interesting aftertaste for some time. Because it's Halloween, and Halloween is my favourite, I figured I would read my favourite short horror story. Or poem, if you will. And that is, as I've alluded to before, we're finally going to do it, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh.
So, we might
I'm
put some
excited.
backing music for this. Let's see how we go.
I'm going to edit that out.
No, don't. Leave it in.
All right.
That's for feeding me peppercorn.
Episode 7 has so much of you going, I'll edit that out, and I don't.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Get comfortable, guys.
Oh,
I know
yes.
I will. Can I turn off the light?
Go for it.
Instant regret. I'm terrified.
All right, so
Luckily, we've got lots of screens. It's quite...
ambient.
Yeah, it's good.
The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over a many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I had wished the morrow, vainly had I sought to borrow from the book surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here for evermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now to still the beating of my heart I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, this it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so faintly you came a-tapping, and so gently you came rapping at my chamber door, that I was scarce was sure I heard you." Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what thereat is, and let this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and let this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with a many flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven from the saintly days of yore. Not the least yeast obstinance made he, nor a minute's stop, nor stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art shorn o' craven. Ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy did it bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on that placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word did he outpour. Nothing further did he utter, not a feather did he flutter, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters is only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore." But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling. Straight I wheeled cushioned seat in front of bird, bust, and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, "Nevermore." This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining, with the lamplight gloated o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tuffled floor. "Wretched!" I cried, "thy Goth hath lent thee, by the angels he hath set thee, respite, respite and nephew from the memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nephew, and forget this lost Lenore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." "Prophet!" said I, "thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempest sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there a balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." "Prophet!" said I, "thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by thy heaven that bend above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, within the distant Edene, if shall clasp a saintly maiden whom the angels named Lenore, clasped a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." "Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend," I shrieked, upstarting. "Get thee backed into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no plume as a token of thy lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight glow to him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. And that is The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Wow, that was incredible.
Whew, thank you very much. Maybe we should get the lights back on. I'll get that.
Oh, but it's such a good mood in here. Wow, well done. I'm sure, I was thinking during that, I was like, oh wow, some poetry club is going to whip up Adam and like hire him as their full-time poetry reader.
Highly unlikely.
It was good.
It was quite pleasant. I thoroughly enjoy The Raven. I just like the images it produces within one's mind. It's fantastic. It's got excellent use of language. I feel sorry for Edgar Allan Poe and his he died impoverished and alone, you know. But, you know,
the greatest artists do that.
I guess so. So yes, that is The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Highly recommend it. But this I'm looking forward to the most. So, transition!
So now we've heard Adam's talents and skill.
I highly doubt that. No talent or skill there. But we are about to move into something that is truly magnificent, truly creative, and truly talented. Now, I always look forward to coming over to John's place because he just loves getting on the piano and riffing it like a madman. And there's few things I enjoy more, maybe Scotch, but a few things I enjoy more that I love listening to John just play the piano. It's fantastic, and I think he's going to treat us to some right now. He's going to try some horror-themed music, is that correct?
Maybe.
All right. Well, play away, Maestro, Mozart, whatever. Go!
I feel like it's too bright. I can't get the mood.
All right.
You've got to
No
turn
worries.
off all the lights.
I'll turn off all the lights. Well, we'll talk about it in a second, but that was amazing. We'll talk about it in a second. We're going to get back in there because that was incredible.
Oh, wow. So we're recording?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
Because this is going to be the only time I say it. Well, not the only time, but, you know, on official
Why are you
record.
holding your microphone?
I don't know. I feel emotional right now. So, welcome back. And we've just transitioned back to the studio, and you have just heard the mastery, the brilliance, the amazing talent of John here. And this was, like, not full planned out. Like, you didn't write music for that, did you? Like,
No.
You didn't have anything, like, pre-written or practiced that, did you?
I was thinking, oh boy, what am I going to play now?
But it was gorgeous. You're obviously some type of dark sorcerer. You've killed other pianists and stolen their talent. I just loved it. Like, I can't even describe it. I just love music of, like, kind of like that, just off the cuff, but so it just flows together so well, John. I mean, as you know, I'm a terrible human being, and I don't often give out accolades or praise, but in this regard, that was amazing. And if anybody disagrees, you're a peasant. And I will say it twice. You are a peasant if you do not like that. I will say it a third time, and I will suffer the bamboo slap, which we'll do at the end of the episode. If you do not like that piano, how it was played, you are a peasant. Number 3, I've just suffered which is kind of weird, really, because this is for you, and you're going to be hitting me regardless. But if you don't like that, then I'm sorry, you're soulless, and you will weep silently in the end times. So, But there was one point, I have
yeah.
to say, where there was a nice and like kind of soft and melodic, this is it. And then like it just draws you in. And then there's that nice long pause. And then, well, we'll get to it in a second.
It's coming.
I know. But it's like, it's just drawing you in. It's gorgeous. It's like just there. This is it. And then it's just like it's just the crescendo. It's a building, and obviously we cut it off there.
Whoops.
But like there's that sensation of it building throughout the whole thing, and like I just got this massive, awesome feeling in my chest, not pants, and
Oh gosh.
but I was just like, I was so drawn in and fascinated. Just the fact that you were doing this entirely off the cuff, it was brilliant. So well done, John. I'll give you a high five for that. I don't give high fives out, so there we go. Well done. Oh, well, I'm shattered emotionally after that. Well done. I don't even know what we've got next. You've got the thing there, I think.
Yeah. Well, podcast out the window.
I think that's it. Oh man, that was so good. Sorry.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, John. Well done. So, just as a point of note, if you could when this episode comes out, share this episode, not for me, for John, because that was amazing. So thank you, John. That was great.
I feel bad for the people who are actually good at playing piano, and they're just like, wow, John was terrible, and Adam's saying all this lovely stuff.
Well, I don't. Then those people can come over my house and play any time. I don't have a piano, but no, I think they can't hold a candle to you, my good friend.
Oh. Okay, so next up. You have some a shout out to give, isn't that right?
Oh, right. Yes, okay, I forgot about that. Right, so...
Don't say you've forgotten about your friends.
Well, yes, indeed. So, as most of you fine listeners know, I play games, and there's a game that I have been playing for a very long time.
I'm honestly scared every time Adam mentions this game, because I know he's back on the addiction again.
Back on the addiction, yeah, mate.
It's like an illicit drug.
It kind of is. It really is. And it's some of you have played it. Some of you, I'm pretty sure all of you know it. It has some excellent connotation, has some negative connotations, but it is the world of Warcraft.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, I recently just started playing again, because apparently this expansion is amazing.
Okay.
And I fell in love with this game. Not the game so much. I fell in love with the story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought most people were just like, who cares about the story?
No,
You've got to grind the XP, man.
I'm the opposite. I have like the books. I've read the books because the story is so intricate. Because there's so many people. I'm talking about like characters, not player characters. They're called NPCs. But there's so many lore-centric figures, so they can build like this massive universe, this massive story. And it's fantastic. I thoroughly enjoy it.
And you're playing it for years, so it can build this experience over time that no other game can.
Exactly. So I've been playing alone for ages, and that game is not meant to be... it's not designed for you to play alone. They can enable it, but you get the most out of it when you're playing with other people. Yeah. So
because I got the trial once and didn't like it at all, because I couldn't figure out how to like make friends with any of my real life friends.
That's fair. So I was playing, and I play, of all things, a priest, and...
I shouldn't laugh too hard.
Well, technically, this he's an alien. They call them space goats, or Draenei. Well, that's the colloquial term. They call them space goats.
Space goats. Okay, now
he's a holy space goat.
That's a good expletive.
Oh yeah,
if you're in the right company.
Holy space goat. I like it. Yeah, I usually go with holy science, but whatever. Regardless, and. This person messages me and asks if I'm interested in joining his guild. And I'm like, I need the perks, so why not? Anyway, this is a shout-out to my guild. Yes, indeed. Shadow Syndicate. They are... And hello, that name instantly is while I joined. Shadow Syndicate, I'm there. And
got you written all over it.
Yeah. I was working last night, and my work is relatively non-committal and boring. So for 12 hours, I get to listen to podcasts or do whatever. And I was so bored last night at some stage that I downloaded the Discord app. And my guild has a Discord app. So I'm on there, driving around, talking with these people.
Wait, so you're working?
Oh, yeah.
And you're talking to them while they're all playing the game?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And, yeah, I just had a great... Like, for about 6 hours, I was chatting to these people.
Awesome.
And it was just, like, real great fun. We had excellent chats, and it was fantastic. So I just wanted to give a shout-out to Shadow Syndicate, because I was very lonely that night. And thank you for that, you... lovely people.
Thanks for keeping my co-host sane, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You don't want me going any more crazy. That's for certain.
Yeah.
So,
does it even go up past the current level? Or?
No, it can.
We'll find out.
Find out on next episode. Where Adam wears John like a hat.
Oh,
no. Okay, so what have we got coming up, John?
Well, next week I'm super excited. I've been trying to get Adam to do this episode, Phil. Pretty much since we started the podcast, we are going on location. It sounds really cheesy and lame,
put like
but
a
it's going to be
dramatic
awesome.
sound effect there?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to hate myself for saying that, but yes, I'll find a dramatic sound effect.
Excellent.
I had to put in so many sound effects and music. You're getting way too confident about this. Oh, hey. If you want this edited quickly, stop getting me to do extra stuff, alright?
Oh, can you edit this so everything is played backwards?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, I might do that because that sounds funny. I'll put it at the end of the episode.
Yeah, nice.
But on location episode. So the reason why you should tune in next week is because that story where Adam talked about where we drove to the beach and ended up in the middle of nowhere terrified, that's what we're going to be doing next week. We're going to go somewhere and we're going to bring the recording equipment and we're going to record an episode.
It's going to be great.
If we can, we'll also play the Zombie Run game.
Oh.
And
you're expecting me to work out. What is this?
We'll be chased around. Like Adam will be exhausted, but I'll be terrified. It'll be like this weird kind of dual paradox dichotomy thing.
Equalizes this essentially. Yeah. But you'll be terrified, so you can have more adrenaline. So you're just going to like outstrip everything.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll get a good running workout in all of this. I've got to get exercise
cardio
somewhere.
And anxiety. It's going to be real good for your heart.
Oh, yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, poor John's heart.
So I'm looking forward very much to that.
Yeah,
episode.
he's been bugging me for ages for this, but you know, as a good podcaster, I have decided to create a firm foundation, and laziness is my key priority here.
Yeah, that's right. As a true nerd, I feel like I surviving the apocalypse the nerd way. I'm not enough of a nerd.
No,
except
you're too
for like
fit.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, you have the theoretical, technical type of stuff.
Yeah,
but you're too fit.
Too fit to be a nerd.
No.
But so
that's implying that nerds aren't fit. Some of them are incredibly fit, but that's fine. Regardless.
So you're a proper nerd. You don't want to go outside.
Essentially,
ever.
Outside is disgusting.
And
that's
so,
where people
in fact, you've been putting this off so long that you told me that we'd have to put it on the podcast in order to remind yourself that it's coming up when you listen back to it.
Yeah.
Now, Adam, I'm not sure how I feel about you using our podcast that is made for our listeners as a personal calendar reminder service. It's like, oh, Adam, can you also pick up the milk?
You know what? I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to think, oh, I probably do need milk actually, so thanks, I need that. Why can't it be both? I mean, it works out quite well. The listeners get some entertainment and I get reminded that, oh yeah, next episode we're meant to be going for a run. How am I going to get out of this one? So, so yeah, that sounds great. I think that's going to be fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be on location and we are going to frighten the hell out of one another.
And until then, keep your go bags ready full of books, DVDs, computer games.
You know what sucks?
And the Zombie Run app.
I came up with that tagline.
You did.
And
I like it.
I loathe it with so much fury. Oh my!
Someone post a new, better tagline on our Facebook
seriously.
page.
Please, we're happy for interaction. Please give us a better tagline. Even if it's something insulting towards us, we'll probably use it anyway. Like, hi, I'm sorry, well, we've been Adam and John. We suck at podcasts. We'll use it.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
I'll use it.
Okay. So we'll be talking over each other. I'll be like, keep your go back
and
ready.
we're Adam and John, and we suck at podcasts.
Yeah, that's not a good listening experience. I'm sorry for your ears, everyone.
Sorry, folks.
Especially last episode where Adam does the screaming thing about the throne of skulls
or something,
and I
yeah.
edited it in 3 times or something throughout the whole series, the whole episode. So that's it's good. Adam hasn't listened to the full edit
No, I
of that
haven't
yet,
yet, no.
the final master. But I'm sure you'll crack up at that line.
Goodness.
Anyway, yes,
my.
I think that's it. So
Okay, yeah, do the tagline.
well, I already did it.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
All right, so what's
Episode
that, well,
over.
folks? And I guess, do you have any final thoughts?
I don't think I've ever said the very last word of any episode of the podcast.
And
Come on, no, he always has the last word. Like, okay, so that's it, guys. See you next week.
see ya.
See, he can't resist. And until next time, prepare for the apocalypse. Oh wow, he didn't do it that time. All right, let's go. You can't give me. Okay, he did an interesting gesture. And now he can't respond because he feels guilty for always having the last word. Yes!
Adam Joshua James Dixon III of Destiny.
Joshua James, isn't that from... What is that from?
You're thinking Jessica Jones, perhaps?
No.
I'm not a sexy woman who likes to throw people into cars.
Yeah, so that's
is a
going to
little
be at
emo.
the start of the episode.
Perfect.
Words.